Bravo, Misha. Very fine playing. I liked it. How long have you been working on this?
Oh, since August, on and off.
On and off since August. Have you performed it?
Yes, a few times.
I can hear that. I feel it's very much integrated into your person. There's nothing major to say, but there's quite a lot of little things, yeah? If that's all right. I feel that sometimes your tempi are not, some of your tempi are not so much too fast, just a little feeling of hurry, which I think if you could get rid of that and be absolutely still.
In the first movement.
First movement. Did you feel it yourself?
Sometimes.
You did?
Yeah.
How did you feel today?
It's good. Well,
Okay, you didn't feel it didn't feel too...
I was in focus, but...
Yes, no, you played well.
First movement sometimes.
Yes. It happens, you know, already after the first 4 bars. You take a slightly new tempo there, which I don't think is a good idea. I think if you kept in this atmosphere that you've been at the beginning, this dolce sun atmosphere, it would serve you better also for what comes. Because if after the first 4 bars you're a little too fast, you have to keep it that way, and then sometimes you have to pull back. It shouldn't be necessary. It should be possible to go straight through. Let me just try. I'm not an expert on fazioli. This was good, I liked it. Good left hand. But here, change of direction. I think we could hear that change of direction a bit more. And longer. Stay there. This was a little too fast. That was a bit too short. Misha, I think you have to sort out pedal and balance of sound. There was a bit too much pedal for the amount of left hand you were giving. For me, the balance was too left hand heavy. It's in a noisy part of the piano. If you play it as forte as the right, it's going to dominate. Yeah? This was a bit, this could also be, this is where it gets faster. Dolce. There are so many bars in this first movement sections where you just have to let things happen and don't feel that you have to do too much, yeah? Would you like to play me the beginning again? That's better. Okay, I like this. Does it feel good to you to have so much space?
Well, honestly, it's a bit more difficult because
I know it's a bit more difficult. That's our problem. Sometimes things are easier if they move a little faster. But you will get there. The first 4 bars, just play me the first 4 bars again. That's good. Okay. Why was that better? Do you know?
well, I think this in the second part, I didn't went so.
And even the first bar. Ya da dum pa pa. This was very well controlled. Before, like with all of us, when we start this off, it's very exposed, and we have to jump into the right atmosphere immediately, and it's difficult. So before there was a little what I call a sausage, da da yum ba bum. This time you controlled it very well, yeah. I do wonder, nevertheless, whether this crescendo, ya da da da, it's a crescendo within piano going back to piano. If I had had to measure this, I would have said you'd got as far as mezzo forte. Maybe it's a bit much. It's really just a swelling of the heart, or just opening before it comes back onto this dominant chord, yeah? Just one last time. Yes, very good. Very good. Something a little different there. Beautiful. Yeah, keep it simple. Keep it simple. There's a little bit of ya da da da. I think it's very simple. Da, 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 da. Yeah, we have one difficult thing here to organize. I find it hard to ya dum ba dum bum bum, but it's within a crescendo, so we should not cut it down into 2 bars. Yeah, can you go right from there? Good, keep going. No, sorry, to my ears, your first trill is too short. Now away the left hand. Not too much left hand. Keep going. Yeah, I don't quite have the impression that you're being carried forward with this. It's a little bit da bum, ba bum, pum. Dum, bum, ba, da, ah, da. You know, Edwin Fischer used to talk about taking hold of a silver cord before the beginning of a piece and pulling it all the way through so that the tension never, never, never dropped. And this is a case where your rope is going a little bit like that. Keep it going. Think of the movement forward. Dolce. Beautiful. That's where the crescendo happens too. Keep it flowing. Yeah, still within piano. Very good. Now here. Yeah, it's beautiful. I feel it can be a little bit more subtle. That return must not be obvious. We must have 1 second to think, where are we? Ah, yes, we're back. As opposed to, you know?
Can you show how you do the trio? Because I saw you doing very interesting fingering.
Me?
Yes.
I never have any interesting fingerings.
No, but
I-
you did something with the first one.
No, I never do this.
You know,
No. Where did you see
in
this?
the sound bank.
You can't have any secrets in this profession. I don't. You do whatever fingering you like. Yeah. Even if this is too little. Sorry. Here it opens. This return for me, it's as if it can't quite get out of the development. It only starts getting out of it here. So. Good. Now. Yeah, there's too much. All of your. Yeah, don't drop too much, because you have to go down far. Good. Good, well done. Yeah. Bravo for not using the una coda by and large, but on the pianissimo you need it. We don't have that many pianissimos in this movement, and you really just briefly have to go into a different world. Okay, Misha, this is good. This is all good. This was good. I like this very much. Ah, yeah. It needs a little bit more tension behind it, yeah? Good. Build our left hand. Keep going all the way to. I'm not quite sure about pulling back the tempo so much 3 bars before the end. Are you happy with this? Does it feel right? I see no evidence for it because it's actually going towards the forte. Just there. These can be maybe a little bit shorter. You're not using pedal, are you? Okay. You're trying. Oh, go towards there. Now, here, be brave. It needs to be a little bit faster. It was just a little bit under tempo for me. Be careful here. These are important, and you're right how you do them, but we lost the upper voice, yeah? Just a little bit more wide-eyed, you know? Good. Yeah, it was good. Keep going. Now, Misha, this is a misreading. The ritardando is over all 3 bars. You're doing it just on the last crotchet. Yeah? Yeah? He wrote it quite clearly. Yeah, even on the C's. Yeah, not too early. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, good. Now be brave, on you go. It's very good. There's one thing missing, which is the hardest thing of the lot. You've got not 2 sforzandos, but effectively the same as 3 sforzandos. It's, I'm hearing at the moment, It's all three should be a shock. Everything is round the shock of those three notes. The rest just falls into place, we hope. Go for it. Yeah? Can you try and give it a little bit more on the first beat in the right hand? It could be a fingering, because I see you ending up on a 2. If you ended on a thumb, you have to go away and think about this, but in my experience, if you end on the thumb, you can give it much more of a whack. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Bravo for flexibility to put that in place so quickly.
But do you think there's this forzando in the left hand also? Or is it
Where?
off here? Do you think it only applies to the F? Because
For me, it applies to the F more than it does to the other hand. Because I think that those two bars are all about the leaps. Yum, bum, bum. If we do it too much up here, then we don't get the impression of those crazy devil-like leaps, yeah? No sforzando here. It sounded too similar to the chords before, yes? Yeah? Try and keep low here. You start very well. Now don't get louder in this bar. It's all in the same color. It's just here it starts to emerge. Andante, that's faster. Now, Misha, you didn't really do a Bebung here. We don't really hear the second note, we shouldn't. Was that enough? I'm not sure. You know, you're actually still in the una corda here, that's correct, you should be. So this should not get too loud. Now this for me was too fast. Much less left hand. Long line, Fischer's long line. heart beats. Let the phrase continue. No. Now, I think the fugue could emerge more from there. It was a little bit too present. I think it's still behind us and it will grow. And when the left hand comes in with the octaves, it's only forte. You've got to keep fortissimo for here, yeah. Noble. Think more full. Think more this way than you think that way, yeah? I would just like to establish, my goodness, I want you to play me the... No, Misha, we've had 2 tempi already. Yum, ba bum, bum, bum. Good. Stay there. Expand a little bit. Yeah, go all the way. Don't stop before the D flat. Good. Stop there. That's right. Yeah, be careful. It's difficult, this release of pedal, I know. I would do a little semi pedal and release it by the time you get to the G, but not too suddenly, otherwise. Much better. Andante. Yeah. Stay in the same way. You do a crescendo from within that sound world. Don't come out of it. That's better. Now, a real babel. Away again. Una corda. Key. Yeah, don't stop. Why do you stop before the G sharp? That's where you're going. Good. Operatic. Ba, ba. Now. Tutte corde. Now sing, take the left hand away. Careful, no downbeats anywhere. And please, hands together, Misha, never churchum. Swell. Change of harmony. Good, beautiful. Keep the pace going, keep going, don't get slower. You're going as far as here. Keep going. Middle long phrase, keep. Don't get too loud, just pleading. What was this? Ah, it's because of this. I don't want to hear. I don't think you meant to do that. Just discreet, yeah? Hands together. Hands together, please. Now start the fugue from there, not a new piece. Not too slow. You're looking for your way. Onwards. Don't get slower. Left hand. Can you just go again from the bottom? These ones can be more. Ya, ba, bum. Keep it. No rit. Keep going. Diminuendo. Now, as soon as you can make yourself go on. Yeah, don't cut the pedal. Change it after. Okay, this is good. We have to press on, I'm afraid, but actually I liked this a lot. I thought it was very good. The fugue. Can I just suggest that you actually take your friendly metronome to it? Because there are some bars that move more. You're inclined when you do a crescendo to get slower. I quite understand why, but we have to keep the flow going. Just set it and see where you're getting out, because the whole thing about this fugue is that it just goes on and on, and nothing too much happens in it, actually. We've just got to let it expand by itself, yeah? These chords, I think they grew a bit too much, Misha. Nobody says that they should get as far as fortissimo. It's a great danger. Ah! The louder you get, the softer your body must be. You must just use the weight of your arm. No pressing, because it will otherwise simply get too loud, yeah? Coming out of it, yeah, I heard two tempi. Wait, did you, wait, after 4 bars, you suddenly got much faster.
Yeah.
Did you feel you were too slow?
It was too slow.
I don't know, I'm not sure it was. I would like to feel the hemiolas more here. We should feel uncomfortable in this passage. You controlled it beautifully. I was very admiring. I personally feel the semiquavers are a little bit more disturbed. You know, when you come out of frostbite and your body takes on temperature again, it's actually quite painful. And I feel that the blood is, from the beginning of this inversion, when it's a cold, scary place, the blood is getting going in you again, but nothing is completely regular, yeah? I don't think I can ask you to do that again. You worked this very well. The return to the tempo primo was very good. Can you go again? Try and keep the tempo constant and grow. Okay, Misha, sorry. Too much left hand. the right hand must shine out. The left hand is just life going on, but the right hand is saying the message, yeah. Sorry, it's because I made the gesture. Not quite that much. Yum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Just a little. Good. Keep going. Now keep going. Nothing stops you now. Keep going. Don't get slower. And the last chord is actually quite short. It's only a crotchet without a fermata on it. Lum. I think it should be quite a shock. The gesture was terrific. Maybe you've got to make it just a tiny bit longer, but you're in the right direction. Try again. Yeah, just don't look at me. Last time. Yeah, something in that direction. You might have to tweak that a little bit, but try and get used to that idea, yeah? Misha, thank you. Well done. Well done. You're a very good pianist and a very good musician. I liked everything you did. This Schumann piece is really one of the hardest there is. For me, I find it harder than Kreisleriana, the Humoresque, all sorts of pieces. And you get over the difficulties incredibly well. I'm very, very impressed. There's one general point. You follow the score so well, so I have to ask you, have you asked yourself questions about when Schumann writes ritardando or just rit? Because he writes it in two ways, does he not? Sometimes he just writes it on one beat, and sometimes, if he does that, he sometimes writes it 3 bars later, also on one beat. Does that mean that we should be doing a ritenuto all the way through? Question. Otherwise, he writes it ritenuto with dots, and that is clear. That means keep going as long as this is marked, and he very often will write tempo primo again after that. So why does he write the first lot of rits differently? There's been much debate about this. I think what it means is that we simply have to take a little bit of expansion time on that particular harmony. And in number 7, for instance, which you play so well and so convincingly, I would just ask you to look at it again and see if you can incorporate exactly where he wrote the rits. In other words, that second chord of the second bar, or the first full bar, just take a little bit of time on that. What will happen is that it will give your phrase a slightly different shape. I actually like the way you shape the phrases, and sometimes, either because you're smart or because it happens that way, the writ falls in the right place, but not always. So it would be great if you could look at it again and see if you can really incorporate exactly where it's written, yeah? Now, I noticed that both in this case and at the end of number 9, you're taking the ossia. Is that simply because you like it more?
I guess. Well, I mean, that's what's in the first edition, and some people do it and some others do it. So I think it's...
Yeah, I don't actually know. Does anybody know here when this Russell Sherman edition was? Because I can't see a date in it anywhere. I actually haven't seen it before. The one I know is the recent Henley one, which is about 2009. I am not aware that anything's been done since then, but if anybody can correct me and tell me that the Sherman one is even more recent, I've got a lot of time for Russell Sherman, so both are interesting. But there are some contradictions in the text occasionally. Let's come to that when we do. I used to play the tied note at the beginning, and then when I saw this edition, I thought, I'm not sure I should. The thing is, a lot of these ossias, like these tied notes, like the added chords, came because Clara decided to make some slight corrections of her own, and that got, and also for tempi, and that got into the Breitkopf and Härtel edition, which is the one that all of us has played. When I was growing up, I played Breitkopf and Härtel. This one didn't exist. So one has to take the corrections rather seriously. I can't stop you from playing the tied B. I don't actually think it's right. I'm just telling you. I think this could be even more dance-like. Can you go more towards the first beat? It lacks a little bit of movement here. Now, I know the first beat is at the beginning of a crescendo, but it's possible to incorporate both, yeah? Would you like to start again? What do you like? I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just telling you what my view is, so for you to make up. Yeah, it's very good. I still wonder if it can't move around a little bit more. I told myself I would not demonstrate this piece because I've given up playing it. I find it so hard. So I'm now just about to have egg all over my face. Please forgive me. But I think this can have a little bit more direction. More of a longer phrase, not so much bar by bar. Can you start again and play that a lot better than I do? Very good. And again. Much better. Faster, faster. Very good. Now tempo. Yeah, very good. You're so responsive. Just be careful here. Play it more clearly and make sure there's not too much pedal there, because it doesn't quite come out at the moment. Can you go Very good. Keep in pianissimo. You start, and then it gets too loud. It's difficult, I know, but you can do it. Yeah. Da, dum. Yeah, you can. Please, I'm not often saying use the una coda. Most people use it too much, but I really think there you can use it. Do you not think? Yeah? Okay. Go again from where you started. Yeah, careful. Control the sound, yeah? Okay, that's a bit too much. Now I lose the focus somewhere in between the two. Yeah. Are you absolutely sure about this break before the last 3 bars? Yeah, ba 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 ba. Cha. It's a little bit too much. I quite like the idea. Could you do it a bit less? That sounds much more natural to me. Would you be happy with that? Good. Excellent. This was very beautiful. To me, it wasn't quite Innig at the start. It was a little bit out there. And this is a case in point. that second section, which is so beautiful and marked pianissimo or piano in brackets. Which is it according to this one? So it is actually piano, so I cannot suggest you do anything otherwise. I think you just have to find a little bit of different color here. Don't just keep the different color for when you do the repetition. That's sort of slightly the obvious thing to do. But I think already here, you're telling us some secret, yeah? Something very, very private. Maybe you could make more of the appoggiatura. There's no writ marked. I think if you manage to take a little bit more time over the last 3 bars so that we hardly notice, you won't feel the need for a writ. Try and make it as simple as possible, yeah? Do you want to start with that one again? The A, we need the A in the bass a little bit more. Yeah, careful you don't land on a bump. It's very beautiful, very beautiful. You can just do it even better. Go again from the G sharp. Well done. Good. That didn't feel like a rit at all. It's very beautiful. Well done. Wasn't that beautiful? Yes. Yeah. Just be careful of one thing. Make sure your hands are always absolutely together. Now, I don't know if this is a conscious decision for them to be. Is that what you want, or do you not realize you're doing it?
I don't want to do it, but sometimes it just happens because I get nervous or something.
Look, you're a gifted pianist. You can control what you like, I'm sure. You just have to say to yourself, together. You just have to check yourself. Why do I say this about one hand after the other? It's a particular bugbear of mine. I find it quite a dated habit. It goes back to, the old Russian pianists and one hand after the other. It was a sort of, for me, fallback mode of expression, which to me just sounds terribly dated now. I think things sound infinitely stronger and purer and more expressive if one absolutely is together. Now, that's 99 times. On the 100th time, you can use it if you really, really need to, but that makes that time all the more powerful if you haven't done it every single other time. I always say it's a little bit like driving on a motorway and realizing that you've got bird droppings on your windscreen. There comes a time when you can only see the bird droppings and you can't see the road ahead. And for me, if I hear too much one hand after the other, you don't do it too much. Misha did it a little bit. I don't know if he's still here. Hello, Misha. Okay, you two just be very, very careful of that, yeah? There comes a time I can only hear that and I can't hear the rest. But you can make me forget that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Let's have a little bit of the next one. Yeah, ba 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 bum. But no, you made it dance very well. I'd still like to hear it again. Very good. It's very good. Just be careful. You're only within piano here, and you're going towards forte. It gets loud very soon. I know you want the accents, but I tell you what, be careful when you play louder that you keep relaxed here. I see your arm, and I hear it stiffen a little bit, and I think that's what's happening here. If you just think elastic accents going towards the lid, and then get louder right at the end, I think it will be even better, yeah? You play very well. Don't forget this sforzando, because it comes with a diminished seventh, which is a harmony that always means something in this era of music. At the very least, it means pay attention, take care. You a little bit brushed over it, yeah? Where could you go from here that... I don't want to make you play too much of it. Yum, da, chum, Yeah, don't shy away. You did something rather lyrical, which was lovely, but I think it is a little bit of a ba-dum-bum. I don't think it's lyrical there. Yeah? Go again from the same place. Are you sure about this break before the coda? I think, for me, I would anticipate the coda. I think it should come even sooner. Throw yourself into it. Yeah? Yes. Yeah, but completely different. Somebody's scurrying out of the room. They're just going away, yeah? So not too present. Can you do da 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 da? Good. What would be even better is if you hold the chord at the top slightly longer. What you're doing at the moment is you're releasing it, and I see your hand preparing something else. So I have time to think, oh yes, there's going to be something new. If you just hang on to the chord, and then rush down, yeah? Yeah, but don't wait for it. Do it, if anything, early rather than late. Very good. Why don't you try for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 bars from the G major? Why don't you keep the pedal all the way along?
For the rests in the left hand.
Oh, you don't need to be too literal, don't worry. You can show the rest. It might be even more beautiful if you just try, see if you like it. Well, it is beautiful. Okay, I agree with you, one doesn't hear the rest. Can you therefore change the pedal very slightly every 2 bars? But really what I call a singer's breath. Just enough to clear the air. A little bit longer. I need to hear a little bit more wonder. You have wonder. You have it in you. I've heard it in lots of other places. Somehow the arrival of 6 bars of G major, when we've been all over the place in this piece, there's something, wow, it's like suddenly the sun coming out from behind the clouds. So just try it one more time. That's getting more like it. Yeah, work in that direction. Beautiful. Now go. Good, you've got absolutely the right ideas. I think you can go a little bit further. When the tune takes over in the right hand here, as opposed to in the lower part of the hand, we could hear this a bit more. And I hear it good here. Here, it's dominated by the left hand. Make sure the left hand moves away a bit, yeah? We need the sforzandi every 2 bars, but don't make too much noise around here, yeah? And what I liked this time, don't start bam, 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 bam. You've got to throw us in. Yum, bam, 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 bam. There was a little bit of a rubato earlier. Not a good idea. Can you take time to be even more lyrical here? Da 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 ya da 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 da. It's the only time when the pulse can be stretched just a little bit because of what is happening in the music. Yeah, try again. Extremely good. Just be careful as you go down here, in this part of the piano, you have to change the pedal more. Up and down the whole time. I like a lot of pedal here, I think it's right. He writes pedal. It's just too noisy. Yeah, can you go from here? Very good. This was beautiful. I'm not sure, well, I am sure, I don't quite like the left hand 2 by 2. I heard a little bit. I don't have etwas langsamer. I don't think that's right. We'd have to look at the detailed notes, but let's drop it for the moment. You're just coming back to the Einfach. I don't think there's anything special to be given. Can you just try this one again? Yeah, beautiful. This is a thin part of the piano. We have to make sure the sound doesn't drop too much. No, not all separate, yeah? Forward. And don't wait for it. Don't prepare it. Control. Yeah, Magdalene, for me, there's too much. It's very difficult because we've got a phrase mark over the bar, but this was a conventional annotation. It would have been like a bowing, or it would have been Schumann thinking, how do I want this bar played? I want it played legato. So he puts a sign, and what we will do? We separate all the bars. We shouldn't. It's one long, long line. Even more here. And there's no writ, yeah? This was very good. If sometimes I could hear the offbeat a bit more. Not the whole time because it drives us mad. I know how hard it is. But just when there are new sections, like just for a few bars, and then you can drop it. But we need to be aware of this counter rhythm going on, yeah? Can you do it also a tiny bit faster if you can? Be brave. Still. I don't think I've ever played it that well the whole of my life. So, more than bravo. I know how hard this piece is. You don't find it hard, do you? Or you do, and you've worked on it a lot, in which case you're to be congratulated. Fantastic playing, wonderful. I'm not saying anything else, you've put it all into place. How are we doing? Ay. Okay. So, have you got your score there? You haven't. So you need to see where the writs are. Vanessa, can we go over 5 minutes? Yeah? Okay. We don't have the same writs. This is very confusing. Okay, let me see your score then. I have no writs at all. Oh, no, we're not on the same piece. It's the end of a long morning. I'm sorry. That's right. Yeah. Huh?
We do have the same writs. I think I was just...
Yes, we do have the same. So there's a writ just on that note. That makes sense, because we want the red. This for me was too complicated. You know, we have a page when he writes writ roughly every 2 bars. Now we have a page where he never writes it. We shouldn't do it. We should play it absolutely straight. Absolutely straight. Yeah, not after. I think you play the little note after, huh?
I was actually wondering about this because some people have told me to do it after, and so I was told to do it on.
I don't think so. You know, at this stage, they didn't have the notation crotchet, quaver within a triplet. Okay? It simply didn't exist until, well, even after late Chopin, something like the Polonaise Fancy, ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. Those are triplets with a dotted quaver and semiquaver. At that speed, there's absolutely no way that one could play the little note after. Didn't bother Chopin. It's quite clear one has to play it with. And this happens in Schubert also a lot. It just makes the phrase sound a little bit agitated. You do fu-dum, pa-bum, yum, ba-bum, yum. So, look, you play this so beautifully. I would just suggest that you look at it again and look exactly where the writs are and see if you can incorporate it. It will make you think of a harmony slightly differently. Fine, just see if you can encapsulate it. But I would suggest you play this central section quite einfach, yeah? With your good feeling, but just don't do too much to it. This was very good. Could you try a little bit faster? Yep, up, 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 up. Da, da, da. Yeah, be careful. It goes over 6 bars, yeah? It's not bar by bar. You're doing ya ba ba ba, ba ba ba, ya da da da, ba da da, ba da dum bum 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 bum. Yeah? Go from ba ba ba. It sounds really very, very good, I have to say. Could you possibly do a little bit more on the sforzande? Yum, but even take a little bit of time. I know you take a bit of time second time, but we haven't heard this before, so to speak. So we have to have the marking that is there immediately. Yum, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. You can be a bit free with it too, yeah? Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that because you play it so well, so that's allowed. I don't see the ending quite like this, but you do it so well that I think if it's not bust, don't fix it, yeah? All I can do is congratulate you and say well done.